Navi does have a lot stronger lanes though.
Yeah,
Like
I think if Navi is doing real well on their lanes, they're gonna do it. But I don't think they will. So I think I'm gonna go for OG as well. But I think it's gonna be decided in the laning stage. But let's not take our word for it. Let's hear from our casters, ODPixel and Fog. Hear what they have to say.
Thank you very much, GVS. The final series we have OG versus OG. There's 2 wins. VP at home are holding up the Navi can do it here. We'll see who's going to be able to take it. I'm ODPixel. I'm here with Fog. And what have we got here? Well, what do we reckon, Fog? There's an Underlord, and that final pick PA. I mean, it's a bit of a scary game to pick a PA into. It's a bit tough, isn't it?
They've got a good burst damage. It's mostly the control coming from the Shadow Shaman in the pit. I'm liking what OG's got going for them here. They've got this late game. They've got the way to push out the waves quickly in case something's do go wrong and like Navi can get to the base. They've got Underlord to D-push. They've got Puck to D-push. They've got Shadow Shaman. And like the panel was mentioning, they've got that strong 5-man coming in with the Shadow Shaman wards. So I think go time for OG is hit 6 on Shadow Shaman and Puck. Ideally, or most of the time, I look at Undying, and this hero, we've seen it several times, especially here at DreamLeague. It just hasn't been great. However, a lot of times we see the Undying picked, there's a severe lack of lockdown.
Okay.
OG did not do that this time around at all. They have Puck, they have Shadow Shaman. These 2 heroes make up for the lack of lockdown on the Undying.
And look at this movement already from OG. Ready to kick things off aggressively. As they smoke up, move over to invade Navi's jungle. Navi will be able to avoid this though. They're all up towards the top. And it looks like it'll be the classic, just 2 for 2.
Trying to scout lanes.
Bounties.
JerAx with the smoke on the left side actually gets a safe ward down. So Medusa will have very nice time in that mid lane, be able to get those snake bounces. And as we've seen, Medusa now in the mid lane is a lot better to play just because the ramps are so minuscule. Look at that mid lane ramp. It's so tiny. You are gonna get hit by snake every single time if you walk up. And we're assuming that JerAx will play around that mid lane at the start. Give Rezo the best possible situation. And N0tail should farm bottom too, so all 3 lanes for OG should farm quite nicely and not get pressured too much as long as they don't suffer from the rotations from RodjER. Shadow Shaman is a buff hero though.
Yeah, quick blast from JerAx to send RodjER back off. RodjER's going to come back in. Just passing by as it seems. From past and get the cog down, trying to drain that of Rezo, but Rezo, he's far enough back, and in fact, he'll be able to farm up those cogs. It's an easy goal for Rezo.
Yep. They just have to watch out for the TPs from General on OG, so they don't get punished for it. NOTail's eating a lot of harassment bottom as well from that Nature's Prophet. Early levels, it's a little bit painful for the Underlord until you get your levels and your passive up, your Atrophy Aura. But S4, as we've seen, he, especially in that last series, was the big playmaker and the big saving grace for OG. So that's probably what we're going to see him be doing again this time around. He has a very, very favorable matchup. Puck versus PA. They can just easily push him with that Undying as well.
And I guess that's the question, but how much farm is Crystallize actually going to be able to get up in this top lane? Because it feels like if the OG play the lane nicely, it's going to be hard for him to find it. Mid lane though, JerAx. Shackles onto RodjER, Snake as well.
One more hit, do they get the shock? Oh, range of the shock. Very close though.
Just got to go back to base. Lions, S4, they're getting aggressive here. Look at this. So they push the lane in, moving around the tower, really trying to keep this pressure on up top.
They don't want him to get free last hits in the tower. They did a decent job there too. Crystallize actually missed, I think, 3 of them. JerAx as well gets a bounty rune. He gets both. OG gets all 4 bounty runes at the 2-minute mark. No. Both supports making the moves around.
Double damage.
That's bottom lane.
Starting to catch back up once he gets level 2 and 3.
Exactly what you said, yeah.
Yeah.
The progression and the levels.
And mid now, JerAx has a DD rune, so that's a 154 damage right click from that Shadow Shaman. Very painful for Dendi and RodjER to step up. Look at the denies on JerAx. 2 and 7. He's going for every single one he possibly can.
This lane's certainly getting harder and harder for Navi. That's one out of the many 3 that need to step up in difficulty as OG. Getting some good farm now on their cores. Top lane.
Crystallize is farming nicely.
Crystallize, he's doing alright. He's doing alright. but S4 still finding farm out of this, and as you say, once there's a few more levels, it's only going to get harder for Navi mid lane. Leading on to RodjER. They'll pop down the cogs for Resolution. He's locked in there with him, bringing him down low. Dendi trying to help RodjER man up, but it's not going to work for Navi as Rezo gets the first blood, taking down RodjER.
I kind of want to see one of the Rezo maybe buy a bottle this time. Since JerAx is having such good rune control, I think he could use that little bit extra mana. What does he bring out on the courier? Yeah, he's just going to go for boots, be able to run away from the clock. That's fine as well. I guess S4 will probably go for bottle anyway on the puck. Help rune control with Fly. Fly gets the salve cancel from Crystallize there. Crystallize is going to be zoned out for a bit. And this is where S4 can catch back up in last hits. But yeah, 3 lanes. Pretty nice for OG. N0tail starting to get those levels up.
Hey, he's killing it. Look at the CS down here as well.
Yeah.
19 for 4 against the 12 for 9, going very well now for NOTail in that 1v1. And for the most part, looks to stay as a 1v1. JerAx is going to head down here.
Looking for the rune. The sprout by General.
The seeds of fortune.
JerAx though, I mean, he's going for the kill.
Yeah, he's going to get it. All right, you take my bounty rune, I'll take your life, says JerAx. As he's in and he's out, and that was not worth it all for General to try and come over and contest that.
Now he can haste, get the bounty, go back to base, TP back mid, help out Rezo more. Maybe he actually just gets a ward up first. Oh, he doesn't actually have one. Okay. Just trying to get the rev on Rezo. In some trouble here. He's got Fairy Fire in his stick, though.
TP coming in as well from Fly. So Rezo's
JerAx
fine.
is there. He's going for Dendi.
Oh, JerAx! He nearly gets it. Fairy Fire comes out, does keep Dendi alive. JerAx himself will also get out, but he's zoning Dendi out massively. Top lane S4 getting gone on. Put with the orb as he escapes. JerAx making the movements. He's really getting into this. I mean, this is what, to be fair, is it the 3rd time he's played this Common today? He's had it every game.
He's angry. Gonna start stacking up some neutrals to have that for the Medusa, and they have a Shrine available, so better use of time there by JerAx. Quick haste rune.
Look at this down bottom as well. NOTail, he knows he's pretty beefy now. At this stage, he can sort of get in aggressively. General throws down the sprout. Pulling Blade is there for NOTail, and he's just constantly shoving this lane in under the tower with the Firestorm. 32-12 against the 15 for 11, doubling the CS of the Nature's Prophet in this 1v1.
Yeah. And look at this, JerAx. We see the circles coming up from Navi. They know that a rotation's coming down, so General has to be and will be careful to step up here. No levels of pit just yet on NOTail. JerAx trying to go for the E-through. There's phase boots on General though. Scurry away.
Very hard for him to close the gap. Up top, S4 again, being able to zone Crystallize back. Crystallize is doing well, considering the pressure that OG were trying to put on him up top at the start. It's 25 CS on the PA, not bad at all.
Fly getting jumped on by Crystallize. SoNNeikO pushing him off from the bounty runes. I think they're realizing that OG's had really good control of that. RodjER versus JerAx. RodjER will be just fine. JerAx.
Definitely these middle and bottom lanes being the biggest
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
differences between OG and Navi.
NOTail is cruising it right now. 39-16 to the 17 of General.
Roots and run.
That one quick rotation by JerAx just really catapulted NOTail forward.
And General can do very little against this sort of pressure. He needs to have backup if he wants to punish the way that NOTail's playing.
Yep.
RodjER will head back down here on the clock quick. It's going to mean there's no clock mid and more space for Rezo's Medusa.
Navi gets a D ward up top. They kill Fly's freshly placed ward that was on the high ground there. Since they saw him there going for the bounties over and over again, they assumed that it was placed. I think they also had a ward watching his movement to go there. NOTail. Eating a lot of right clicks. RodjER trying to close the gap. NOTail. Double TPs from the supports.
Yep, and that'll RodjER off for sticking around for more. He's got to get out of there.
Yeah.
That sort of reaction comes through. He just has to back away. The NOTail is certainly receiving the backup he needs, and it's allowing him to just stick around. I mean, he's low on health, but he knows it's fine. He's an Underlord. He's got 3 points in the passive. Up top, Crystallize looking for S4. Quick orb. Phase shift. And S4's back to safety.
Yeah, very hard to kill puck this game throughout all stages. There's no stuns. It's Clockwork, who's not reliable whatsoever versus puck. Over forward, mid lane, Dendi in some trouble here.
JerAx has got the grab, and with S4 coming in with the rotation, Dendi, he will go down. No amount of stick charges enough to save that Viper's life. Light, also got eyes onto RodjER. S4, think about it, he's got a Dream Coil, doesn't want to pop it down though. Doesn't feel it's worth it for the support clock kill. He'll keep it for bigger things.
You're having a very great start to the early game, especially with the Medusa.
Oh, Fly. It's got a haste rune, and should be enough to keep him alive. They're trying to go for the Sprout, but he's out of there. Phase boost complete for Crystallize. So he has got now a bit of a punch, but still it's the lack of control on S4 that's been the issue in that sort of matchup. Very hard for him to do anything about the puck.
Yeah, NOTail's got a solid 2 levels over everybody else in the game. It's going for the rush 4-step as well, for the cogs being able to displace. They're going to have a lot of different 4-steps. I'm assuming it's going to be Underlord, it's going to be Shadow Shaman, and it's going to be the Medusa with very early ones coming out. Maybe Rezo prioritizes just getting Mask of Madness and some damage so he can just get that farm on, since he does have a couple stacks coming out from JerAx on the Ancients and the hard camp on the right side. Now NOTail getting a little bit of tower damage. Keeping that Atrophy Aura stacks up. The beauty about playing it versus Nature's Prophet is you're always capable of killing treants, so you're getting that bonus damage.
Mid lane, Dendi tried to make a bit of a go onto Resolution with the Viper Strike, but still not the damage needed to take down Resolution. He's actually going to come back in on this. He's feeling confident, Rezo, to still hang around. I mean, Dendi will chase this down. Rezo does have to be a little respectful of the punch that Dendi can offer. So Rezo just trying to get the most out of the lane before he heads back to base anyway.
With me.
So seeing, generally comes back into this bottom lane, but there really is nothing that he can do to stop NOTail's reign in this bottom lane. He's just owning the lane as this Underlord, and it's finished. Navi struggling with dealing with him up top. Quick jump in from Crystallize, does get the crit, and he may be able to chase this one. And phase shifts there again. S4's fine.
He's going to go back to base. But they are not getting tower on top just yet. He pretty much forced them to kind of dive him. Crystallize is still farming very nice though, top of the net worth. But the big discrepancy is that mid lane. Dendi getting punished really hard by that dual lane that was there for the entire time, plus the DD that JerAx defined earlier.
Топлю ЗВП.
Dire's top tower is being attacked.
Alpat S4. Soak up some XP as well, NOTail.
The snake bounces in mid, just keep hitting Dendi. He's actually put down to 300 life, and Rezo's pretty much full mana from all this.
RodjER's hanging around mid, but not quite level 6 on the clockwork. So
Dire's top tower is being attacked.
they can do it in terms of jumping in, down bottom. General has just been forced back away from his tower. RodjER will actually fine. Yeah, Fly came up to the high ground. He's got the Soul Rip and the Tombstone, so Fly will survive. And RodjER and SoNNeikO being forced back.
Crystallize top.
Let's get in with the slow. They are trying to move in onto Rezo. Indeed, up top, S4 gets the kill onto Crystallize. And Dendi will not be able to claim the life of Resolution. So what happened top, Fog?
Coil. He just got coiled by S4. He tried to jump in and kill S4, but then JerAx just comes in and shackles him up. And JerAx has Serpent Wards available. They have a catapult top if he wants to go for it here, but chooses to make the move around.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked. Pull
See if they can punish NOTail. I mean, again, they've got a couple of heroes around here, RodjER as well, but it's a hard kill to attempt for. He has the ult, he has a TP scroll, and we'll see how he looks to play this.
Get it off.
He can't, he's been battery assaulted up, and you're right, he can't quite cast the ultimate, get it going. I don't know if it would matter. Anyway, between the three of them, they did have a decent amount of damage, and that is Underlord down.
Oh, and the snake chased Dendi across the map, and now watch Rezo's mana. The snake is coming back. We're going to see it traveling on the secondary cam.
Oh, global
100 mana.
snake. Oh, hello. Crystallize goes in quick with the crit. Flies there with the backup, but RodjER, level 6 now. Hookshot. Rezo's out of mana. This is a big kill for Navi, and they'll get it. Resolution down. Generals keep it up to the high ground. JerAx there with the shackles. The tombstone's gone. JerAx now in trouble as well as Crystallize ready to chase down for more. RodjER body blocks JerAx up with the battery, so takes another Crystallize. He's actually looking over to Fly. Jumps around behind the tower. They're focusing the Undying with Dendi there as well. Crystallize, he'll find the kill. S4's come into the fight, but he's all alone as NOTail's being zoned away. S4's down as OG just turn up the feedometer.
They got collapsed on very quickly by Navi, rotating everybody here. You see Dendi walked all the way from bottom to the mid lane. RodjER as well. Those are very quick rotations coming out from Navi. OG had no idea. 112th time that Dendi and Fly face off.
The biggest Western rivalry.
Wow.
To the good old Alliance ones. I mean, no surprise really, Dendi and Fly.
New treasures.
Two of the originals. in terms of professional Dota players. They've been around a long time. They've played a lot of games. And here we see it again. I mean, Navi just played this perfectly, and this is a dream fight for a PA at this stage, just to be able to turn up and have this sort of impact, having your team set up for kill after kill after kill.
Yeah, Dendi, like we said, you see him like walking through the bottom river at that entire time and collapsing into that mid lane.
Even manages to get the more elusive kills like S4, who just steps a step too far. Still though, there is a 2k lead for OG Navi. We'll need another fight like that to close the gap, but yeah, as we can see, that does pretty much half the job towards getting themselves back ahead.
OG's about to have one of their big items still picked up. The Blink Dagger on Puck is 200 gold away. He should have it right after this top creep wave. And he does if he's able to purchase it from the side shop. And NOTail is going to be doing that build that we saw him do versus Mouse in Captain Jin. Fly actually mid, getting chased out. Should go down here pretty easily for the Master Madness jump.
Crystallize looking very scary now indeed. These are a lot of kills that the PA is getting involved in.
Yeah. So we saw NOTail play the Underlord versus Mouse, and he went for the just full tank. Crimson Guard, etc. Just like, I think he had maybe Greaves on top of that, but he was just extremely durable in that game, and it's a really good approach here versus PA. RodjER, coiled up. Don't know the boys. That's a big ancient stack for Rezo. He can start working on that one. And since all ancients have mana now, it's the dream for Medusa, because you get all your mana per snake. And with Tombstone committed, they will clean that one up nicely.
How's Crystallize doing towards the Desolator after the Master Madness? He's got a little bit of time.
Still doing pretty nice.
But he's keeping up with the cause of Navi, sorry, of OG, and the same to be said for General. General getting the split push on. It's only Dendi that's a little bit behind on the Viper. But if Navi can find a few objectives with this General split push, that's going to bump Dendi back up as well with that Tower Gold. This was there, looking to form some sort of defense. He just has to be careful. SoNNeikO with the wraparound. Put the Shadow Poison upon him. He'll go for the jump and quick silence. Make sure that there's no disruption to cause issues for the puck as he escapes.
They will get the tower though for Navi. Great. Good start there coming forward for them. Up Dendi up as you mentioned. He really needs it. Crystallize trying to engage on mid here. All of OG is starting to collapse. But first they're going to farm up this other gigantic ancient stack.
And Navi's seeing this, and they're already backing themselves away. NOTail drops down the pit. Dendi's fine, and Crystallize, they will come back to mid, resume the farming. They'll bring Rezo over, away from the ancients, just in case a fight does get forced by Navi. And they may just extract back from OG as they're leading straight away. JerAx just drops the wards and the shackles. He's caught Dendi. Dendi's gone, and that will be the tier 1 tower going down in favor of OG. Quick and easy kill as Dendi out on his own, and OG not afraid to dive near the tower. So we've seen JerAx continuously making some very, very nice plays in this jungle.
Yeah, now they can go back to those ancients. Very good decision making coming up from OG. Those Serpent Wards always wanting to use near the tower.
Dire's top tower is being attacked.
Fly. And S4, they find General bottom. They've got the coil.
Try and get himself away, sprouting fly back, but S4 will chase down and got a good amount of burst indeed. Of course, going straight for the Yule Scepter as well, so he can keep up the elusiveness and also have that extra bit of catch.
Yeah, happy to see it. And yeah, Rezo actually is going to go for 4 staff.
Yeah.
Just everyone trying to build 4 staffs to deal with that clock. And I'm glad to see Fly skill up Flesh Golem there. That spell amp, the max damage amp is 20% there, so he's standing on top of General. So that bonus damage was pretty sufficient with S4. Navi, they're smoked up. They're trying to get some deep wards down to watch that ancient farming. They have to be able to contest it somehow. They can't let this Medusa just keep getting that acceleration. Not the best target to go for there, NOTail. Pretty beefy, 1600 HP. RodjER was trying to close the gap, but unable to.
I mean, if you're Navi, how are you looking to play this game? Is it just you just need to create space for Crystallize to get a few more items and have the rest of the team sort of split up the map and keep the lanes, you know, on the side shoved in with the Nature's Prophet?
Pretty much. It's tough because of how much of a deficit that the Viper is at.
Yeah.
He has to just try to catch back up, and he's going for 4 stuff. He's not going for that Veil build. Goes for the attack speed as well. So he's not going for that magic damage, since they need as much right click as possible to try to deal with this Dusa, but yeah, it's really hard. They can't really group up and take fights versus OG's lineup. They don't have the team fight lineup in comparison. They kind of just have to farm it out and hope that the PA gets big enough for them to take upcoming fights much later on. Dendi and NOTAIL going at it. NOTAIL has Force Staff.
Yeah, Demonic Purge and the Viper Strike, but as you say, the Force Staff up to the high ground. We'll keep NOTAIL alive. RodjER trying for the hook shot, but he's gone in onto a flying. There's 4 heroes here. Quick turn for JerAx with the Hex and the Shackle. And RodjER's punished. He was hoping to find NOTAIL, but a little bit of a risky play that absolutely does not pay off. Space has been there for Crystallize, and Crystallize does now have the money to get that Desolator out to him. So we'll see how he turns up to the fight with that extra bit of a physical punch. But still, these heroes on OG, there, as you said, they're getting tankier and tankier with the 4 stars as well. There's going to be the way to play around any sort of jump in from Navi. It's not going to be easy for Navi's lineup.
OG, they have Shadow Shaman wards up. I think they're looking for that Rosh here, yeah. They're trying to make their way in it with it.
I mean, this is very good timing for them to do so as well, because that Desto's there. You know that Navi themselves, they would have been looking for the Rosh.
They can't contest this Rosh either. Into Tombstone Serpent wards, there's like no way unless they get some absolutely ridiculous
Stone Gaze there as well. I think it's pretty much impossible for Navi to go in. They've got the hook shot up in 10 seconds.
Yeah, there's no way.
Nice, yes, already just keeping RodjER back away from the pit.
Name of the game for OG mostly in like this first 19 minutes has been just like, come at us. Because all they need to really do is just keep farming Ancient Stacks, and they know that they've got this late game with the Medusa. They just have to make sure that Dendi doesn't flash farm, which he can't really because he's a Viper. General does have Orchid on top of the drum finished up, so he's keeping up with NOTAIL in the farm.
Bottom tower is being attacked.
That's a Yule Scepter picked up for S4, so that catches there if he does go hunting for the Nature's Prophet. When General tries to split pushing it there.
Dire's towers are. Dire's bottom
S4's
tower
looking to
is
start something bottom here, but everybody from Navi's down here. He gets scouted up by the rocket as well.
Alright, comes the ult from NOTAIL, bringing the team over for the defense. Hook shots in, but surprise, this man's got friends. He's got the Yule Scepter to buy himself some time. Rezo moves forward with the Stone Gaze. Navi, they have to get out of it. S4 comes in with the 3-man Dream Call, allowing Rezo to close the gap. They try for the TPs out, but Crystallize, he's not going to make it. The PA's down, the rest, can they actually escape? They've got the lock onto SoNNeikO. SoNNeikO won't be as lucky as well. Some did get out, but OG fine. 2 kills, one of them being the big one as well, getting Crystallize. Who actually Balazar ticked out in the base as he was falling ever so low, and what a play there between them. The coil,
yeah,
the
coil break snap.
I mean, S4 there with that 3-man Dream Call, setting up for Rezo to close the gap, and of course the way that started, getting NOTAIL, bringing the entire team over from top to bottom. That's sort of the textbook plays that you expect when you read how an Underlord works, that we just don't see that often. That sort of movement of the whole team just catching the opponent off.
That was literally perfectly executed by S4. With the Yules finished up, even though he gets Orchided, Yules himself up. JerAx.
Oh, he's on the hunt, but that man's got an Orchid. Oh no, JerAx may have made a mistake.
Uh-oh.
Not sure if he forgot that the Orchid was there. I was just maybe hoping that he could get the instant Hex before the Orchid silence came through.
I think that's what he wanted.
Yeah.
RodjER getting rooted up, has the hook shot to try to distance himself a bit.
Mini hook shot. S4's going to chase. He's got Dream Call back up. Lays it down, buys space for NOTAIL to close the gap, and RodjER, he's surrounded by 3. He's gone a quick stop. Saw it from flight. Oh, Courier. All right. Oh, that had quite a bit on indeed. General gets the Courier. He's not getting out for it, though. They've got the Yule set up to cancel the TP, and General will get 2. There's a bit of time bought from here by SoNNeikO. Is not enough. They tried to get him out of there. He does get the Courier, though. That did have the, I believe, the completed Hurricane Pike of the Medusa there. So a little bit of a slowdown for OG, but still overall, Navi are starting to hemorrhage kills. It's 13-7. OG getting some momentum. And sure, there'll be a few minutes without the completed Hurricane Pike, but I don't think OG are going to be too bothered by that at all.
No, I mean, OG they have this Medusa who can just doing this.
Yeah.
Farming up double Ancient Stacks, farming up double neutral stacks over and over again. And when you look at Navi's lineup, they don't have that flash farming Ancient hero.
No.
Crystallize doesn't have a Battle Fury or anything along those lines, so he can't do the similar thing that Medusa does. And Dendi falling it, just sticking at that same net worth. He's a Viper. He can't flash farm. Sure, you have Nether Toxin now, but like Lumi was mentioning on the panel, no one really levels it up now again. In the early phase, they just wait to skill it up, unless they have something that's incredibly good versus.
They go over the hook shot, trying to set up onto JerAx. He gets the walls down, and NOTAIL came in with the ult. This is the lockdown onto RodjER, but RodjER a little too speedy. He's running himself away.
As
NOTail's
coming in.
continuing to chase, yeah. If they can get the puck in, they should have enough damage. They've got the silence. Or not enough to finish him. He's looking for the denied the ancient. No, he just pops the cogs that he can live. They'll turn towards Fly. Fly with the stick charges, the soul rip, and the decay, keeping himself alive for a little bit, but it's not long enough. Crystallize jumps in, finds the crit, has the hit with the Desolator. Rezo's come over as well to join in this fight. But OG, they're down 2. Stone Gaze will be popped. Navi, they kite it out. They back away. It's Navi this time, finding the favorable numbers. They get 2. They only lose 1.
Radiant's bottom tower
Crystallize
is being
edges
attacked.
closer to the BKB. And things are going to be quite scary for OG, especially the
Radiant's
support.
bottom
Once he
tower
has that
under
BKB, as he
fire.
can just lock down straight away onto JerAx.
That's their big timing window. When they have the BKB, they just have to go time. But fighting against Underlord is going to be pretty difficult. He's got Mech, he's got Vanguard, he's going to build toward Guardian Greaves and Crimson Guard. So he's going to make his team a lot more durable to withstand that 10 seconds of the BKB. And they're still in Aegis too. I mean, it's going to be getting claimed soon. But yeah, the supports are the big ones that will suffer. I want to see if maybe they go for like Scepters or Glimmer Capes, something along those lines, some other defensive items after those 4 steps. So we'll blink for JerAx for the catch, and Fly. Will eventually get a Glimmer Cape, but he's a hard fighter.
Fortune's change.
Puck, Kaya, the new standard on majority of int cores, and then going to be going for that Aghanims afterwards to deal with that BKB from the PA. Rezo's getting pretty tremendous though. 2 pieces of the Scotty will be finished up quite soon. See here, Dendi trying to build a BKB of it into that Maelstrom so he can start actually being that farmer.
Even with that Death on Crystallize, it is very hard to take down the Medusa, as you say.
Back to Ancients from Rezo, triple stack again. Gonna be starting to get cleared up, as well as stacking up the medium camp every single time. Farm, he will have that Eye of Scotty finished very soon after this gets finished.
As well as the Hurricane Pike, once he wants to send it out to himself.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's still
He's
dead on the
still got
courier.
that,
That's
you know,
right.
that's
Oh
the
man,
thing. He's massive.
totally forgot that was still dead on the courier.
Yeah, Hurricane Pike, and as you say, just a couple hundred gold in that. God, he's gonna be out.
He's getting a, I don't like using this, but he's getting a big power peak here. He's getting about to get level 20 for that 800 plus mana on top of the Eye of Scotty. He's gonna be really hard for Navi to bring down unless they can just isolate him, which I don't think OG is gonna let them do because of the way that NOTail has itemized.
Nearly has
Dyer's middle
Greaves
tower is being attacked.
closing in on the recipe.
His job is just to defend these towers from General's push. And then Dark Rift into his team.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Navi,
being
they went for a
attacked.
smoke. See if they can catch anything. RodjER coming in from the
Radiant
side.
having unfortified
See if he can go for a hook shot
structures
potential,
is
but
now
now
a
the
thing
smoke
of
comes
the
off, he
past.
backs away. A
Radiant's
little too
bottom
close for
tower
OG's
under
heroes.
fire.
New treasures.
4 in the trees.
Radiant's bottom tower has
They
been
want to kill
denied.
Dendi bottom.
Bastards.
He is very
He's in
isolated.
so much trouble if S4 can get the lockdown. Jump forward from S4. There's no tier 2 as he's already down. The Dream closing the gap for NOTail. He's going to proc the Dream Coil stun, moving JerAx and Rezo in as well. And with the Scotty down, Rezo just rips through him. That's Dendi down. No Viper for 50 seconds. OG with the creep wave moving in bottom. They're going to try and
Dyer's
threaten for
top
high
tower
ground.
is being attacked.
With NOTail this buff,
Dyer's
20
top tower
HP per
has
second.
fallen.
This looks like Rax. There's
Yeah.
no glyph.
How do you stop this push?
Bottom barracks are under
OG,
attack.
they're pushing up at 26 minutes in. And there is no way the Navi can stop this.
Radiant's bottom
That's going to
barracks
be
has fallen.
the melee rest going down. You can see
Dyer's
Nature's
top
Prophet
tower
going
is
for the
under
split push,
siege.
but guess who's there? S4's already up top. He puts an end to the split, and they get away with this. Is looking very, very scary for
Radiant's
Navi. The
middle
OG
tower
can
is
just
being
group up as
attacked.
5. They're so strong at this point of the game. That was even before NOTail had the Greaves complete. RodjER's going to head forward, but there's a Scotty. The slow's there. Rezo just closes the gap. He has to go for the hook shot back to safety, and it
Different words.
does save him. But yeah, Rezo's chasing. They'll go for the defensive disruption, but that's just going to allow time for Rezo to close the gap. Glimmer Cape's not enough. Rezo gets the kill, pops the stone. He's just moving in on his own. He doesn't even need the rest of OG. He's just going in. The rest of OG now starts to come up behind him. But that
Radiant's
is looking
middle
very
tower
scary
is
indeed,
being
that Rezo
attacked.
can just walk up like that. Navi can do nothing to punish it.
Starting to look near impossible for Navi to take any type of fights. They have to have massive number advantages, and I don't think OG's gonna split up. I wouldn't blame them either with the lineup that they've got going on here. They've now got Blink Dagger finished on JerAx, Glimmer Cape on Fly. They've got all they need to just 5-man these towers.
They've nearly got the Ags on S4 as well. It's all coming together for OG. As they'll look to push on this tier 2. SoNNeikO getting caught out by the pit. RodjER trying to close in, but a quick force from Rezo gets him back to safety. General goes in with the wraparound, has the silence. They're trying to surround him. He is dropping low on mana here, Rezo. The breakthrough as well. Can they take him home? NOTail says, hold on, boys. We're going back to base. Everyone's out. NOTail with the save gets Rezo and the boys back out of there.
That was actually looking almost really scary for Resolution there.
Falling low.
But stands next to the Atrophy Aura, stands next to NOTail, gets grieved up, gets that bonus armor. And now Navi.
Low and a backup. NOTail's trying to chase. Actually, I say that JerAx jumps in. He's managed to find the Hex. The water down as well. RodjER going for it. The shackles will be broken by the battery cell. Crystallize post the BKB, but the Serpent wards and the physical from Rezo is looking to be too much. He's got to rely on the evasion, but the RNG's surely not there. Crystallize can't survive through that. The PA is down. OG down the mid lane, taking the tier 2 tower. They're 8K gold lead now, 29 minutes in. They are looking so much stronger than Navi's heroes at this stage. It's so hard with the composition that Navi have to do anything to stop this pressure that OG can apply with how big Resolution is.
I'm loving the Underlord last pick too. Honestly,
it was brilliant.
The full auras, the damage mitigation towards Navi's lineup, it's really proving to prevail. And now the Rosh looks like it's the next target for OG, and I don't see how Navi can contest this. Seeing from just that last fight, PA popped BKB and just can't do anything.
Can't do nothing. Absolutely not.
And now it's pretty much a full full in a second coming up for Rezo too on top. With that Aghanims, as you mentioned, about to be done.
For Rezo. And just OG as a whole, so far today, they are looking to be on the ball, and it's so many times this is where it's needed the most. They had to get these 4 wins. They've already got 2, and this third one is looking pretty good. They've got the silence here. They've found themselves a clockwork. Dreamcore's down. RodjER, he's trying to do his best to buy as time as he can.
JerAx finds General as well, bottom.
Leaving, but oh, hello, hook shot. Blocked by Rezo. Rezo's up to the high ground with the force, gets the kill. Indeed, they catch General, as you say, down bottom. Stone Gauge from Resolution as they move forward, trying to back up. Different contesting for the bit. They have lost the Undying. Rezo back in. It's going to be a buyback from General. They really want to try and contest this team fight. Disruption onto Resolution. He's being forced back. They are getting OG out of the pit. Silence is there on the Medusa. And will Crystallize in there with the Desto. He's going to be able to get it. Navi. They sneak back in. They claim the Aegis. They get the Roche kill. And now they're looking for more kills. Jump forward and a couple of crits. That's the NOTail down. OG, they have to get the hell out of there. But Dendi, he doesn't want to let them. He's trying to chase it. He's looking for the slows. General's coming in with the global TP. He's looking for the wraparound onto Resolution. Resolution staying close to JerAx so they can get the vision for Crystallize to jump in. It's going to be big. Put down the Sprout. Instant Hex from JerAx, and he's quick with the blink away. Trying to escape. Dendi's though there with the Viper Strike. Crystallize jumping forward, looking for Resolution. Has he got enough damage? The Resolution might have the cheese to swallow. The crit comes through. Crystallize, he finds the kill on Rezo. Rezo's down for 80. Now turns towards Fly. Fly is gone as well. 3 dead on OG. These heroes don't have buyback. There's a DD rune available down bottom. This is absolutely huge for Navi. Crystallize doing massive things there as he is able to get the Roshan, get a very successful fight off the back of it. Sure, they do lose Dendi. It is die from General, but this sort of just spanner being thrown into the works of OG is exactly what Navi need to get back on top of them.
They couldn't really go for just like splitting up there, it seemed. Like JerAx and JerAx goes bottom to try to get that kill there, but because of that, RodjER able to jump in and split the fight up around that Roche pit. Allows Crystallize to go in, get that Aegis cheese. That's a huge comeback for Navi.
Their pitiful joys do not harm me.
See the swing starting to come through. OG cannot afford to have any more fights go as badly as that.
No, and the break actually was a pretty big aspect there. He broke NOTail's Atrophy Aura, so Crystallize, you saw that crit that he got on NOTail?
Hits and he was gone, I know.
Just chunked him down. He has to be careful of those quick movements. They can't really go for those. They can't really get split up versus Navi's lineup.
Boom, there it goes.
PA is still pretty tough.
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
think, yeah, he's going to have the MKB. Does it? He's got the javelin in the career, I think, hasn't he? So that is going to be MKB
Dire's
done
middle tower has been
very
denied.
quickly indeed, and just in time because the butterfly has been complete on resolution. Now level 20, NOTail with the extra health regen.
I think he's got the Crimson Guard finish now too.
Okay,
So he is
they want to go.
super tanky now.
See what they can make happen.
77 HP per second on NOTail.
Is the Aegis still there? Or?
Aegis is on Crystal.
Aegis is still, yeah, it's on Crystallize. Oh, hello. Shadow Demon on the front of it all. They actually dropped the wards for that. And the Tombstone. OG in sort of panic mode there as they were very worried about the rest of Navi coming in.
I guess they thought that it was going to be like a real full fight.
Yeah.
Once they had that high ground ward, they saw other heroes of Navi starting to pour in.
General's got to be careful. S4's there with the setup. NOTail's coming in with the gloves. 50 ready to join the party. And General, he's surrounded. Does actually have the Shadow Blade. There's him. They've got the detection. Sentry's down. JerAx turns up.
He can't
Gets it out
TP
in
out
time.
inside the pit either because it gets to keep flying. So he had to get him out, but he's coiled. So good little catch there by OG.
Crystallize trying to do his best to split up the pressure and go for this push down mid lane. He is almost certainly going to have to come back up top if OG can get the push up to the high ground. Resolution leading the way. He's got the creep wave coming around.
JerAx is looking for something. The TPs are all coming in mid. JerAx unable to get the instant stable.
And quick go Scepter. Got the damage from the S4's going to continue to chase though. Looks forward with the orb. He's got his eyes on to Crystallize. Silence is there. The face,
This game,
I mean, it's terrifying. Look at that. He's second highest in net worth, even with Crystallize.
Second highest in level as well. And once he gets that level 25, we know what happens. That GPM starts kicking in. Dagon, Ethereal Blade can be a big factor in this one. He has queued up the Linken's Orb first, but if he can go for those other two big items versus a PA, it can be pretty crucial for their lineup. And NOTail is just going for just a Blade Mill here to try to reflect some of that damage if they do focus him. Since he has those auras around, all he has to do is survive in the fights to make his team much tankier.
Also 14 minutes in, 7k lead for OG. Crystallize is going to be spotted out. JerAx quick with the Blink Hex. Have they got the further through lockdown? They haven't. Crystallize will be fine for now.
Aegis gets reclaimed in 8 seconds.
Oh, he has to be careful, and he will be fine. They get the first pop of the Aegis. They put the Shaman Wars down. OG still continue to move forward. Crystallize, he plays way out this one. He pops the BKB, but he's actually been stowgazed up. He's stuck in the Dream Coil as well. Crystallize, what can he do? He tries to jump forward for Rezo. He's looking to mount upon the Medusa. Can he win this fight? He cannot. The Hex is there from JerAx. Crystallize is down. Rezo will survive. And Navi, they may just lose RodjER as well. NOTail's going to take the poise out. He says, we're not leaving this one anymore, as it's getting a little risky. They were falling a little low. And S4 will go down, but still, yeah, Navi lose.
That was a Dendi tried to Hurricane Pike and push NOTail out of there to try to distance themselves, but yeah, that Shrine.
And Dendi, I don't think he expected that at all. For them to come back in that quickly, as you say, going to the Shrine, instantly regenerating up, coming back in, that's smart.
Yeah, that's I think the first person I saw doing that was Universe when he was playing the Underlord. That's a just really good decision making coming up from NOTail
And
there.
the buybacks have to come through now. Dendi and Crystallize buying back. 12k gold lead now for OG. And MKB, the money's nearly there for Rezo.
That high ground ward there, giving them the fight access. Just JerAx with the control. That Stone Gaze as well. Follow up through the BKB on Crystallize.
I mean, JerAx, he has been doing so much on the Shadow Shaman, I feel.
Oh, yeah, I think everybody, everyone on OG is doing their, doing exactly what they need to do in the team.
This is true, yeah. You could certainly talk about everyone just being massive playmakers this game, and the 3 games that we've seen from them so far today. As we say, when they've needed to step it up, they absolutely have OG. Navi now 13k behind with this Viper PA duo core, not the 2 heroes you necessarily want in a late game situation against a Medusa Underlord. And of course S4 Puck, let's not forget that man who's nearly got the Lincoln Sphere, and he is level 25, does have the 420 GPM, so the Lincoln Sphere will be there very soon. That net worth of the Puck's going to skyrocket. We can see it already. He's second highest, and he's now getting quite an advantage over the PA. Give his pop by Dendi. And they look to try and jump forward onto JerAx. JerAx finds some time with the Ghost Step. He gets enough time to get the Shaman wards out. They've got the control on the side of it all, but Rezo pops the Stone Gate. Navi, they have to be careful. The BKB's running low. Rezo moving forward, forced in. There'll be the disruption for SoNNeikO trying to hold back the Medusa. They have found 2 of the kills from OG. Dendi in a bit of trouble. S4 jumps forward. He's got the coil control onto Crystallize. Needs to bring it forward for the damage though. And now with Navi coming back in, OG will not be able to chase any further. Bit pickoffs there for the side of Navi as they take down a few. Quick ult from the Underlord to bring him back out. S4 still hiding in the trees. Navi, they're searching for him. They won't be able to find him. S4 TP's out just in time.
SoNNeikO doing a lot of work with the disruptions there. Disrupted Medusa illusions do a lot of damage, and then that fresh BKB able to do quite a lot. Just jumps out in the fight onto the Shadow Shaman.
Double damage!
They lose JerAx right away.
Still though, Rezo survives. That's all.
MKB finished.
He is, without a doubt, the big problem for the Navi in these team fights.
Yeah, he's level 25 too, so now he gets the modifiers on the split, that MKB. Bit.
The best thing they can do is just kite out that Medusa and try and kill the heroes around them.
Yeah.
It's proving to be very, very difficult indeed.
Killing the supports is a good job, though. It's a good decision there from Navi. Kill them. Probably maybe not kill Fly if he gets double tombstone down. The fights can be really hard to fight around that. But yeah, I mean, it's just really hard for Navi to fight into OG's lineup just because their sheer team fight advantage. Heck's gonna be the last item for N0tail. Quite a ways away.
PS4 Lincoln Sphere. Rezo himself actually looking to cure for Lincoln Sphere of his own.
Players here.
Haste!
The double damage rune down bottom. G to that and look to take another attempt to the push.
General TPs for it and takes it. General does have a Hex finished up too, so he's looking pretty solid. RodjER, Blade Mill, Spirit Vessel. Pretty nice items there, but not as substantial as the items that OG has been picking up in the last few minutes.
At the same time, OG, they can place it with Roshan is back up.
That's the refresher
That
shard.
is the refresher shard indeed.
Will probably be given to S4 or JerAx.
Oh, I was going to say JerAx, he'd love that.
Yeah, N0tail. Just walking into the enemy team.
Not taking much damage at all.
Yeah, they actually take 0 from Viper.
And
They
now,
find Dendi.
Dendi's in a bit of trouble. Yeah, this is going to have to pop the BKB. The Dream Card down is an actual, so Dendi's going to have to hold his... Stone Gauge comes through. Rezo's trying to force them back with the damage they've done. They have lost Fly on the back lines. N0tail in on the front, trying to chase down Dendi, but he hasn't quite got the control. Dendi will be fine. OG getting rather split up here. RodjER's managed to segregate JerAx to the side of it all. JerAx has the Ghost Step to turns with the shackles. It will live for now. They've got the hot water onto RodjER, keeping it back. Rezo actually going to pick apart the rest of Navi, who tried to come in on this because they felt that it was strong enough that RodjER had that lead on the back, but that is GG. They've lost 3. No buybacks. This game over. Just like that, a bit. Navi, they just put their bodies in there. And Rezo just stood in between Navi and Glory, and that is one game closer to the dream day that OG are hoping for. 3 wins so far. One more game against Navi.
That was a very abrupt ending. But yeah, the Medusa just